Boom, there it is.
Boom! Headshot.
Tetris for Hopscotch
Oh.
007. Hopscotch 007, just one of 4 racers we're going to see for this match.
Crazy double. I mean, it's a regular double. If you call it crazy, it sounds way more exciting.
Whoa!
What's gonna happen?
In this one, you fight the other opponent diagonally. We just decided that.
I could
It's
do that.
crazy.
I could set up the streams diagonally. It would be really annoying and you wouldn't like it, but I could do it.
Gladly, I would gladly do that.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Let's start looking. It's 4 players. It's gonna be a while to set up probably, but also it's gonna be a while to go through it. So let's beat them in the race of getting ready for the race to start.
Let's do it. I will say real quick though, some girl must have done a glitch to access the final world, because after beating the 7th world, received a prompt that she has to buy the final world again, despite having already beaten it. So yeah, no wonder, right? If she did something really abnormal to jump the queue, that's what happened. It's FurretTurret versus ZenicReverie.
What a match. And this is the Lizards match. Both of these are Lizard matches. So one of these two is going home and then one of the other 2. And one of Furret and Zenic going home and we're not even halfway through the tournament. That's rough.
Yeah. FurretTurret's been to top 8 as of last tournament. Got all the way up to 5th. 60% win rate. 9th edition card has been around kind of a long time at this point, but it's also only half as long as ZenicReverie, who has been around since the 2nd tournament and has not missed one ever since.
Yeah, I feel like should get like a honorary OG.
Yeah.
Especially with 18 joins after that. There's OGs who haven't joined nearly as much.
The game forces a right movement on the menu after you finish a stage, but you can also input your own right movement. Okay, funny. ZenicReverie has been up to 9th at Mystery Tournament 11. I wouldn't be surprised if they repeated that at a later tournament. Just very strong. I would say probably particularly in puzzle games, but you don't do as well as Zenic has done in their career without being pretty good at a lot of things.
We can see how they did. So both of these will have a win and a loss. Let's see in what kind of game it was. Oh no, it was in a puzzle game that Zenic lost, but then in a puzzle game that Zenic won. What does this tell us?
Absolutely nothing. FurretTurret won versus Tedo in Subsonic, which is a game that Maurice has been talking trash about at every opportunity.
I was gonna do it again. Well, it was just... It didn't use its potential.
Yeah. It insists upon itself.
I was thinking the same. I don't like The Godfather.
And then lost to Triscorp, who is Mystery Tournament 17 champion, 9-time top 8 player, Mr. Consistent. Just an incredibly difficult opponent. And was a pretty close race, I think, until location.
Yeah, it was like 2 minutes or so behind in a 30-minute race.
Yeah. But has fallen. Fallen to meet ZenicReverie down in the Lizards bracket. Marshmaster as well is a tough opponent, and also good at puzzles. So they've both ended up here in a very understandable fashion. Doesn't really speak ill of their abilities that things have gone this way.
Hill Location was also our first N64 game. And I think the only one for now, right?
As far as I know.
I mean, understandable.
But I wouldn't know. I missed a lot, especially early on.
It's a homebrew, so...
Yeah, how funny that our first N64 game, Mystery Tournament, is a homebrew.
I have a low opinion of games on the N64, so I'm not surprised that only homebrew has made it in so far.
Yeah, only with modern design sensibilities could a halfway decent N64 game ever be made.
I unironically think that. Oh, like you can maybe make a goal out of like Blast Corps or something.
I made a list of Boney, at some point, so I'm in, let's back way up. I'm in the Mystery Tournament draft channel, despite never having drafted in the Discord. And the only reason I'm there is because one day Boney got in an argument with someone, could have been you, over whether or not N64 games were good or not. And he was like, Myth, back me up, and added me to the room. And so I provided a list I had already made prior for my own reasons of here are the good N64 games, and there's like at least 30 good N64 games. Not just like, oh, it's kind of okay, it's good, genuinely good.
I'm gonna be the judge of that. You probably have F-Zero X on there. That's not a good game. Just to start off the
Whoa.
Just to start off the rage over here.
Whoa. Uh-oh.
People look very fondly upon F-Zero X because of F-Zero GX. That's my opinion.
I've actually never played F-Zero X. I think I probably had it on my list just because I trust so much of what everyone else says.
It's just all the problems. It's
that sort of fandom.
It's like imagine everything about F-Zero GX with everything that makes N64 games bad. The frame rate, the polygons, the camera. It's got everything.
Everything wrong.
Yes. But also, I know that my opinion on the N64 differs a bit, and I am willing to accept that people like the N64. It's not that bad. I don't hate it that much.
I just remembered this is a doubles match. We have two entire other players to talk about.
Yeah, it's a race. We gotta win this setup race.
We were trying to go fast, and we got mega sidetracked.
Well,
Hopscotch
that's what happens.
007 versus JJM. I mean, that's why, right? That's why we went early. We know it's gonna happen. Top 8 player Hopscotch. Mystery Tournament 9 got all the way up to 5th. It's been around for a while. 7th edition card, but I think there is a untold amount of testing done by Hopscotch that the card does not reflect. I'm talking like there was a period of time where testing would be done by like 2 people for like 500 games or something. And both of them would do it. Like Hopscotch is, I think, tested probably 1,000 video games. Probably.
Yeah, and on the other hand, JJM, someone we know basically nothing about.
We've had a look at this avatar before.
I think we just called it generic anime mobile suit.
It does look handmade. Looks like an OC. I like that it's kind of like nature-y on the wings.
Yeah. Looks like Flandre? It's one of the Toho characters.
Yeah, with the rainbow.
Yeah. Those wings are weird, but it's like the kind of unusual wing that this reminds me of. Or maybe this reminds me of the Firefly from the game Star Rail.
Honkai Star Rail?
You got wings like
I don't know any of those guys.
Woman.
I know some of the Genshin guys. I played that one for a little bit.
Oh.
And then I looked at Honkai Star Rail and said, that's the same thing, probably. I don't know.
It is similar. These people have also played matches. Like I said, it's also Lizards 2 match, so I'm expecting win-loss, loss-win. For some reason, I guess this is just how the bracket is set up.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's always like...
This is the round where someone drops down.
Yeah, and then one of those dies, and then... Like, if both of these players win, they might face... well, I mean, obviously not these, like, if both of these matches, they might face each other, because they came from the losers in that round. And then in the next round, someone from winners drops again. It keeps switching. You knock out someone from losers, and then you knock out someone who just came from winners.
Yeah, which is why you roughly have to fight twice as many matches after you drop down.
Yeah. Hopscotch waiting in Where's My Heart? You didn't see that one? It was the one with the like disconnected level. It was a puzzle game.
Yeah.
But then losing in Pack and Roll Remix, that was kind of painful on the very last levels, where the difficulty just suddenly ramps up. There's all this wind, falling down immediately takes a life out of you, and then you game over. We
It
saw
was
that
the
from
first
both
time
players.
lives mattered at all. They had not died a single time, and then suddenly died so much that lost all their lives. Game
Yeah,
over.
yeah, yeah. And this happened last race of that game as well. I remember that.
Yep.
It's just suddenly the game is like, okay, how about you die? Fall down. And then you gotta do the level again. Then you gotta ride the roller coaster twice. Because you couldn't see where you even were on the roller coaster. Then you cannot
Oh, that
pellets.
was when Hopscotch was slightly off center and was no longer collecting dots. That it was quite heartbreaking.
It's so hard to tell where you are on the roller coaster.
Yeah, the back rim of the roller coaster like hides your character on there, so any errant movement may have shifted you out of position. So Reliss took the win on that one. That's why Hopscotch is here. JJM lost versus Polari. We talked a little bit about Ushio Totora earlier, based off a popular manga that I've never heard of, but that doesn't mean it's not popular. And it was just a tough boss fight game. Very difficult to hit the boss without trading hits and getting hit yourself. But Polari took the win there. So JJM dropped early and then got the win on Lexi in Warp Swap.
Did pretty well from what we can tell, but then our only point of reference was Adam Ferris V5 destroying the game completely, so we have no idea how well JJM actually did.
Yeah. They seemed pretty solid overall, I think, with a game that was, it's kind of a nice mix of puzzle platformer.
Yeah. There's some
Sometimes
jumping.
it's difficult to find a puzzle platformer that is equal parts puzzle and platformer.
I would say this one was a little bit more puzzly than platformy.
But I think I might have said that. No, I guess I agree.
How about that game where when you jump, the floor disappears and you gotta make all the floor disappear? It's like Bump or something. It's also an indie game. It goes like
Don't remember.
It like starts a chain reaction or something. That one's probably the best mix I can think of right now. I was thinking there is a difference between 1-0 and 0-1, like win loss loss win. JJM has tasted blood. JJM kicked out Lexi out of the tournament. Hopscotch has not kicked anyone out yet.
Elimination.
Yep. The lizard has
Yes.
tasted blood.
The brutality to climb over the back of a fallen opponent. I stole that from an anime that isn't very good, but it had this one joke that made me laugh really hard. It was roughly that only this character has the brutality to step over a fallen comrade in order to perform the game-winning maneuver.
Yep. It's like chess. You sacrifice something.
One of the racers saying in race chat, "I can't seem to control the game."
It's a Game Boy game, isn't it? No, it's not. It looks like one.
Grab the.
We'll figure it out.
Assuming we're playing this one, if we can't control the game, that's not good.
It's pretty batty.
I feel like I've seen this name before. I don't know if it's just because like it existed in a draw sheet for a while that I saw. Oh no, you put the cryptic clue in the.
It's a distraction tactic.
It was confirmed to be an and lit clue. So
What does that mean?
the entire clue is the definition, and the entire clue is wordplay.
So usually you would not use the definition part as part of the wordplay?
Yes.
Okay.
So if this was a word that meant cry, and cry was the definition,
Yeah.
then wordplay would just come from about beginning of
I understand.
Okay.
So it is, but I mean, it's still cry about beginning of tournament, like you said earlier. It's something we would say at the start of the tournament.
Yeah. I think beginning of tournaments gotta be T. And cry about T really says to me we need to put a 3-letter word for cry around the letter T. Words that mean cry? Sob?
Stop.
So that would give us like stob,
Stop.
which is not the right answer.
Stop
you could
defeating
cry,
me.
aha! That doesn't seem to be good.
Atha.
You could literally put the word cry, which would give us
Would give us Crytek.
Watep, yeah, putting weep around T is the right sort of idea, except that's 5 letters and also not a word. But you've got the right idea, which I think is important to reinforce, because cryptic clues, like, people can be like, what do you mean? I don't get it. Because it's just a very strange thing to do with words.
First, ready? Oh, wait, no, you're not ready. Oh, I'm not in the race. That's why. Usually when I see someone is ready, one remaining, I think it's me. But in this case, it wasn't me, so that's why I was confused.
Yeah, a cry can be a shout, which is why, like, aha, or oh ho.
Are you allowed to Google, like, parts of it, like synonym for cry, or is that frowned upon?
That's frowned upon.
Okay.
But, I mean, when you're just trying to learn, could be a good way for us to get through this.
I'm willing to drag
is
this
my
out.
go-to. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll leave that tab open, and otherwise try to think about other ways to interpret the clue. About beginning could just be the letter A, but there isn't really a word that means like of tournament, nor any short synonyms for tournaments. So I think beginning of tournament's gotta be the letter T. Yeah, I don't expect to find the answer in a dictionary. The answer is going to be some cute in-joke in our community. Which is why I'm frustrated that we can't just go straight to that.
Is it like HAF, have a fun? Hat?
GLHF or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good thought. There's no T in there, though.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're almost ready. I guess fortunately. I didn't put the game yet. I'm slacking. And it's an imager link. Those are harder. Like, when there's an imager link for the thumbnail of a game, I have to do so much more. Alright, check it out. We got hats. Because, I mean, that's why we're here, right? Look at FurretTurret, we have 3 hats for round number 3. Or I guess match number 3.
So hat number 3 is...
It's actually at the bottom.
Yeah, the order doesn't matter here. It's a Pikachu hat. On top of that is a hand-knit hat from a dear family member. And on top of that is a Poplio baseball cap, which is funny that there's no text at all. It's just Poplio.
It's just there. You either know it or you don't.
We also get a look at the game Mandew versus the Colorless Curse. Maybe I've seen this before. It's starting to look a little familiar. Which is an ability I have that Maurice doesn't. To recognize things that we've
to me this looks completely unknown. I don't think I've ever seen this game. And I'm feeling pretty
Here we go.
confident about that.
Here we go.
But
Mandew, typing it into SRL.com.
No, I'm pretty sure. Like, Merlin was the worst case that ever happened. In other races, it's like maybe I had a feeling, or it's just a version like with Kickle Cubicle. I'm very sure I haven't played this one.
Yeah, you didn't race it.
And I don't think I've ever seen it, but we'll see.
It would be difficult to see if you commentated it. I would have to go like search YouTube for this match, assuming we put it on there. I think we probably put it on there.
Beautiful music. Wait, why is the... Oh, I didn't refresh it. Hold on. We're gonna refresh the page real quick. Yeah, look at that. The name of the game is not split into multiple lines in the middle of the words.
I did not mention it when I was reading the title of the game, but I did notice.
Here we go. So, it's Super Mario Land 2.
Yep. For now.
It's so weird, right? Like, it just screams Super Mario Land 2, but if you ask me why, I don't know. The blocks kind of look like it, I guess. The music kind of sounds like it, I guess.
The horizon line in the distance. Looks like you grow slightly more hair when you are, super
Oh,
Mario.
you turn into a teenager.
Yeah. A 1-up bounces FurretTurret's way upon level completion. Stage clear for JJM, ZenicReverie, and then Hopscotch. I would wager that the difference between the players on stream is has more to do with variations in stream delay than actually their playthrough of the level.
I mean, we can see there's like a timer, which seems to be global.
Well, yeah, you can use that to compare their individual level performances. We had these Super Mario Land. Oh, these spiders are very Super Mario Land.
Yeah.
So it was a submission that didn't work out, but we tested it anyway, and you can kind of just. That game is just so easy to not stop holding forwards that it doesn't really work very well. That's kind of where we are right now, so I suspect it's going to get harder later.
I hope so.
Achievement unlocked.
Game Boy games just were kind of slow.
Yeah.
It's just like how the environment of the games developed. So interestingly, both lower players dying while the upper players first try it. So both races still close. We like to see that. It's not the diagonal that we usually see.
Oh, there's a hammer there.
Whoa!
Got a new hat.
We have a vocation now.
Yeah, we're hammering. Is that good? Oh, you knock the enemy and then roll behind it? Okay.
That's good. That's cool.
The hammer is very short range, and it's got a bit of a wind-up, so it's a lot harder to use than a fireball. So there needs to be a benefit for it, and so that rolling, that's good. Hammer for FurretTurret. As the bottom racers are just getting to this level. No hammer for Hopscotch, because was lacking the hair in the first place, so it just gets the hair. Oh, JJM trading hits with the enemy. Whereas Hopscotch is going to be able to get the hammer. Looks like you need to be doing a running jump to jump a little higher. Zombies take multiple hits. Oh, FurretTurret is not stopping for anything. Squeezing through.
Furret has been moving. He's currently the complete leader in all of the races.
Nice mashing from ZenicReverie on that zombie. A lot safer than what FurretTurret did, though admittedly like a half second slower.
You go from fire directly to small. Or was the fire the teenager?
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh wait, no you don't. You go from fire to teenager. I don't know. We just see when it happens.
ZenicReverie tried to duck under one of these rings of fire and was just not in the right spot and just stood there and waited for it to come.
JJM is taking like a secret path.
Gets a 1-up.
Went over the level instead of through the temple there.
Cool. Got a boss fight for FurretTurret. Has already died once. Looks difficult to land hits. You gotta wait for it to come down and jump. And I'm wondering now if you had a hammer or fire, does that open that possibility to like quick kill this boss like Bowser?
Well, Zenic also doesn't have the fire power up.
Boss defeated, Game Boy acquired. Oh my god, are we gonna go from Game Boy to Game Boy Advance in the next level?
That would be cool. It's like the Colorless curse, right? We're breaking the curse slowly.
Yeah.
But we would probably go to color first. Nope.
Got a little carrot. Oh, it's Mario 2.
Wow. Okay. I was okay with this game kind of ripping off the aesthetic of SML2. This is too much. This is literally the carrot.
Yep. Every facet of it is unmistakably that thing. Boss complete for ZenicReverie.
Oh, that's a Game Gear, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
It looked more like a Game Gear than a Game Boy of any kind.
You're right. Now that I get a better look at it.
Also, the next Game Boy we should be moving to would be the Virtual Boy. Everything just turns red.
Oh no. ZenicReverie wants the carrot. The carrot's the best, right?
It's great for flying over the level.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's faster, necessarily. Like, if you can manage to always shoot stuff like here, FurretTurret has to go back and just let these guys pass, because...
True.
If
unmistakably a disadvantage.
Yeah, if we had the firepower up here, it would be a lot
but
better.
I think more situations, it's going to help in a blind playthrough. Carrot versus fire.
Alright, what's going on in the bottom race? Who's ahead?
It's very close.
Good.
Very, very close. JJM's making use of the crouch jump. Get a little bit extra height.
Yeah, has used it to go over that one level.
Yeah. That's a Super Mario Brothers 2 NES thing.
Oh, the crouch jump, yeah. I think Hopscotch is ahead by like 2 screens.
Yes, about that.
Which is not a lot.
FurretTurret goes up and gets a hammer from a little power up here, and the in 2-2 is furthest along. ZenicReverie is just about to get into that level. Hit the switch to make a staircase.
Oh, JJM
didn't need that one, but okay.
JJM chose to damage boost through the dudes.
Interesting. That carrot's pretty good. Stage clear.
But, I mean, maybe you get another one? Has caught up because of it.
True. ZenicReverie activates the switch to make the bridge and then doesn't land on it. Falls in the gap between. FurretTurret knows about the crouch jump as well, making use of that.
Oh, JJM takes a hit from the skeleton.
If only you could hover above it easily with a pair of ears.
Is it ears?
I think it's rounded ears.
Hopscotch falls into a pit.
That's exactly what happened to ZenicReverie.
To be fair, I never thought of... Oh, yeah, it probably is rabbit ears because of, like, carrot, right?
Carrot, yep.
I had that game as a kid, and I'm an adult, and I never thought about it that way.
JJM also doing this same thing. Bounce off the... I think players don't suspect they're going to bounce off the orb. I think they think it's a background object. And then suddenly it's not, and also it bounces you, and also you're dead.
They did bounce on it to make this first bridge appear. I think they just expected it to make a bridge immediately after the orb.
Maybe.
Whoa!
You also need to, I think, time a jump input to get a high bounce off it. FurretTurret walled out by the thing, didn't land on anything safe afterwards.
Once in this level, everything looks the same. I have no idea
It sure does.
how far anyone is ahead of anyone.
I guarantee FurretTurret is still ahead, but it's probably not by as much. Oh, the spider stopped high up in the air. FurretTurret couldn't get on top, but the checkpoint was not too far behind. ZenicReverie is very close to FurretTurret.
Oh! JJM with a painful death. Oh, back to the start of the stage? Really?
There are physical checkpoint machines.
Yeah! Oh, it was right after the place JJM died, so Hopscotch is in the lead in the bottom race. By 1 checkpoint.
Okay. New checkpoint for ZenicReverie. JJM gonna go up and get the extra power up here. I can't believe this level isn't over. Zombie jumps on ZenicReverie. And this time FurretTurret goes under the spider. Just take a moment. Just don't quite hold right the whole time. Okay, I think we've seen this from FurretTurret. It makes a wall. You need to like time it right. Yeah, okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Perfect.
Ricky.
ZenicReverie is just about to get to that room. Does get the high jump on the spider. Hopscotch gets boned. But the checkpoint, I think, was right there. Maybe not. Here's this room for ZenicReverie. Very tricky stuff. Fully expect the wall at the end to catch ZenicReverie out. Let's see.
I don't know. I feel like you can predict it. Oh, just
Whoa!
kind of luckily gets it because didn't feel like going the first time.
Yeah, it all works out. Huge time save for ZenicReverie. JJM gonna hit a checkpoint here.
That's good. I think that's ahead of Hopscotch. I think Hopscotch is currently right before that section. Yeah, JJM ahead in the bottom race. So we got Furret ahead and JJM ahead in their respective matches, but not by much! Like maybe 30 seconds each.
ZenicReverie is willing to hit these boxes to explore, to try to find something good. Overall, the platforming has ramped up in difficulty quite a bit. Ooh, the carrot up there. FurretTurret lets it go by.
Ooh, the spider didn't go down far enough. Hopscotch expected it to go.
Oh, holds on and gets a free carrot.
That's really important for this level. Oh,
Yeah.
didn't get a
no
good bounce. That's like the thing, right? You bounce and immediately use the carrot ears.
Yeah.
You're not
or
gonna
you're
gain
tapping
any
the
height.
jump for the carrot ears, and like, oh, that tap you did to flap was mistimed in terms of the collision with the bird.
I played a 3D World the other day. I played as Peach, and she has the same issue. She's got like a float, a hover, which you do by jumping and holding jump. But then you also want to be stomping enemies and bouncing high off of them, which is the same button, so you can't press it too early. That's kind of the opposite issue that Furret just had here. Bounce on the enemy, press too late, which caused the flap to happen, which reset all the upwards momentum. Let's see if that happens to Zenic. Oh, Zenic doesn't even go for the flaps. Maybe that's smarter.
While he just died earlier to exactly the same problem.
Just falls between them.
So our bottom 2 racers are going to get a look at this tricky, flappy level pretty soon.
Oh, JJM found a carrot.
Yep. What? Yep, missed the jump input. Oh, maybe could have mashed it out with the ears and got to that checkpoint. Maybe.
I think it's so rude that they give you the carrot, and then the carrot has this caveat to it. Like, oh, you would really like to flap right now, wouldn't you? No, I wanna fly up first and then flap maybe. No, 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 no. You're gonna flap now.
Stage clear for Zenic, but FurretTurret still holding the lead. It's just moving with all these bullets on screen, not stopping at all. Checkpoint. JJM's over the pit.
Yeah, JJM's got it.
Chaining these? Yeah.
Yeah, like... Oh no, whoa. It happened! The exact thing. Oh,
I like what the music is doing on 2-4.
Bird is fighting like a vampire. Or maybe it's some guy with like a knife in his head.
That knife just got drilled a little deeper.
Whoa! Whoa. It's actually the Hulk!
Oh, he's not solid yet. FurretTurret risking everything by jumping into his hitbox, just assuming it's gonna be solid now. Ends up getting hit.
Don't attack a guy who's flexing.
He's got little stomp particles. Oh, he's dead.
Wow, he didn't really last long after his transformation.
No. He jumped really high though, and I think we can respect that. Oh, is that an NES cartridge?
I didn't see.
Well, or it looked more like a Famicom cartridge, I guess, but...
I'll have a look.
Oh, yep, okay, the 4th level takes you... Oh, no, wait, this is the 3rd world. Not quite the same, but it is one of these, like, ancient China-themed levels with the Chinese hopping vampires.
Chat is so undecided. I didn't see it, and I'm really curious what it looks like now. They say, so I was like GameCube, someone's saying...
Steam Deck?
Steam Deck, yeah. You're saying it's a Famicom cartridge.
It's a rectangle.
Mm.
It's gonna take a while for anyone else to get it, because FurretTurret has that much of a lead. What, the top of there's spikes up there. Hopscotch really struggling to get these bounces cleanly. Manages to get across, but it was messy.
Oh, it turns around!
Faked out. JJM getting ahead here.
I'm doing a good job here. Would you expect a cannon to respect the Super Mario rule of not firing when you're next to it in a game like this?
I think it's more likely than not, but I would not be certain enough to stand next to it willingly.
I think I would accidentally assume that it does. Like, I would just assume it, and then I would either get completely wrecked by it or not.
Clean boss fight from ZenicReverie. Hopscotch revisiting the controls here, trying to do something about the fact that the flaps and the enemy bounce are competing for this jump input.
Oh, JJM gets it first try. That was well done. Let's see what we get. I think that's a GameCube. I'm sorry to say.
Let's see.
It's got like 4 ports and the 2 memory card slots.
Yeah. It's more square than I had it.
So was the first thing a SNES? But no, it should have been an N64 then. I mean, honestly, who knows what it should have been, because the GameCube isn't the second in any series that you think about. It's the second Nintendo console with 4 ports at the front. That's the theme.
Okay, Hopscotch. Oh, baited by the same bird. This is, it's getting pretty bad in the bottom race.
But has figured out this, like, tech. Oh no! The bird! Stop!
By the way, it's the pepper with the, like, sweater with the diagonal pattern on it. That's what gives you the 5 points.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, the sweater that you get. I saw that.
There's that ceiling. ZenicReverie sees the spikes, shorts the jump just perfectly. Oh, then wants the missile, didn't get it on the spikes, loses the fire power-up, but gets a checkpoint. A witch accosting FurretTurret up in the clouds. And then she's gone, that's it. No more witches, it's fine.
Alright, Hopscotch versus Bird. He's gonna turn around. Oh my god, that was close. But this one's too close. Oh, we got hit. We're still going.
No.
No, it's not good enough.
I wanted to believe. Oh, the witch drops bombs. Gotcha. Kiki's delivery service. Here you go. This is for you.
Special order from your enemy.
Kiki's delivery service asks no questions.
Oh.
Packages delivered from anywhere to anyone, no questions asked. There we go. A lot of like right, left, right in these stages. Not just running to the right anymore.
I mean, that's also a very Super Mario Bros. Land 2 thing. There's a few stages where you go in more of an S pattern through a more rectangular looking stage.
Yeah. Hopscotch not waiting for any platforms. I don't know how. I guess she still had the iframes. This is only 3-2, huh?
I mean, only? ID said in chat, World 4 is actually kind of hard. Does this only have 4 worlds then?
Probably.
Yeah, it says the final boss is after 4-4. So...
No power-ups. FurretTurret. Oh! Short's a jump, but the bird is moving. It moves back, and that's it. Zenic hammering the witch out of the air. Hopscotch gonna wait for these bullets to pass by. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, it's safe. And 3-2 clear for FurretTurret. I think JJM is caught up to ZenicReverie. Yeah. Oh, and the difference. Going left for the power-up, ZenicReverie continues to the checkpoint. Phase 1 of the boss defeated for Hopscotch. Also trying to jump on it, trying to find when it's not solid or not vulnerable anymore. Didn't find it, gets hit. FurretTurret bounces up, gets his head caught on the ceiling. Down in the spikes, ran into some trouble, and then gets jumped on because the jump was not quite high enough to get up that little ledge.
But it's Hopscotch versus the Vampire Hulk.
Yeah,
Oh, thinks it's over.
So good.
Not over. We're flexing. Oh, oh.
Trades hits, careful, careful,
That's
gets
fine,
the
though.
third hit. Boom.
But-
JJM chased away by a bomb.
Yeah, but JJM is running away.
It's going to be extremely difficult to catch him. Even though, oh gosh, there's all of 3-1 still.
Oh, there's a lot of helicopters in the chat.
Schwa, 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 schwa. Welcome, everyone. This is Mandew versus the Colorless Curse. We've got 2 different races. It's not a 4-way thing like usually happens on Cuso Grande.
Yeah, don't be confused.
It's FurretTurret versus ZenicReverie in the top, Hopscotch versus JJM in the bottom. The level they're on is in the top middle of the screen, so you can see that FurretTurret leads in the top race, JJM leads in the bottom one.
And JJM leads like more and more. It's been kind of building, but that one level where Hopscotch just couldn't get the carrot jumps right really hurt.
Yeah. Oh, the mid-air fireballs from FurretTurret to get that bird dead out of the way. Zenic's gotta be close to the end of this level. Oh, got a little bit uncertain, but did manage to chain those bird jumps.
Has to be really careful. This is the small form Zenik is currently on.
FurretTurret revealed a power-up that I think it already had, and then fell into some spikes and lost it.
Yeah, the apple
Stage
probably.
clear. This is our first auto-scroller. We haven't seen any of these yet. JJM's been on 3-3 for a while. Hopscotch, it looks like on the same level, but that's 3-1. Still has to do all of 3-2, and it's a pretty long level up in the clouds.
This auto-scroller is long, Jesus Christ.
It sure is.
Oh, Hopscotch is catching up. It's just one level behind. No. You're behind like all of this auto-scroller.
Every stage became quite long. Like 1-1. Remember 1-1? That was done in like a minute.
Yeah.
Tops.
Yeah. Oh! Hopscotch accidentally bumps the ceiling and falls down.
JJM has held on to the fireball power-up and is making really good use of it in certain spots.
Oh.
Don't kill this one though.
Yeah,
You need
no,
that
no.
bounce.
That could be like an accidental thing, right? Like you're in air, you're re-grabbing the run button, accidentally shoot a fireball, whoops.
Yeah. Thankfully, it's multiple hits to kill them. So FurretTurret beat the auto-scroller. We got ninja birds? Is that what I'm looking at?
It's revenge for the previous levels.
They've been training. While you were in the auto-scroller, I studied the blade.
They studied the kite.
But they're birds. They can fly.
Yeah, with the ninjas now. They're gonna go back to the ninja kites.
Well, I mean, their bones would be light enough that a regular kite would probably work for them.
Oh, now we got these.
3-3. It's gotta be close to an end. It's another checkpoint. There's the end for JJM. Really hammering home this lead in the bottom race.
Yeah. And also just hammering home that JJM is probably doing pretty well if JJM has overtaken Zenik.
Yeah, that's impressive. Oh, ZenicReverie collides with a bird. FurretTurret not really showing much fear. There's all this stuff everywhere, but like, whatever. Just do good jumps. One up collected for ZenicReverie. Those don't matter at all? Like, literally at all?
We have not seen something like a game over.
And we've seen plenty of deaths, I feel.
Maybe in race mode there's no lives.
Oh, maybe.
We are using like a race mode.
You can see everyone's total time. You can see that Hopscotch's time is a lot less. That's not because she started later. I think has died so much more that the timer has frozen that much more.
Yeah, I think it's that, and also changed the controls mid-race for some reason.
Oh, true. Yeah, that flappy ear section. Okay, ZenicReverie is done with 3-3 on to 3-4. There is a fourth world.
Look at this bus. It's like... Oh, there it goes.
It's dead.
Okay,
what,
wait.
What was that thing?
Wait, it's back!
Back.
Oh my god, it's a spy from
ninja.
Team Fortress 2.
Is that a big duck bill? What am I looking at here?
Got a dead ringer.
It's pretty active.
Oh, it's dead again.
Just once, huh?
Nope, it's not
Nope,
dead.
okay. Oh, Susie. Yeah, it is kind of Deltarune Susie.
I guess, yeah.
The
It's
hair,
dead.
though,
Okay, which console are we getting?
everywhere.
Yeah,
Well,
this
let's
is
see.
important. Check the top left screen. Oh, it's... Okay,
It's the Virtual Boy.
That's the Virtual Boy, finally!
Okay.
We've been trying to interpret what the previous consoles have been.
JJM has reached the boss in 3-4 as well. Must have been an incredible 3-4. One more hit? Yeah. ZenicReverie's kept the hammer. Using with the bird, gonna clear out, but you need to pause for the up and down shurikens. But keeps the bird on screen, look at this. It has a hat, it's flipping burgers now. No, those are onigiri. No, those are...
It's just snacks.
Okay. I think maybe the hammer was...
I guess it's...
I don't know.
It's pizza, onigiri, hamburger, and there's one more. What is the, like... Hot dog... maybe it's hot dog. I was gonna say hot dog shaped one, but maybe it's hot dogs.
We're getting our first look at 4-1 as well from FurretTurret, and I remember now just how much more difficult World 4 is. And I remember keeping the burger flipper power up was critical.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's like an axe attack from Castlevania.
It's got that arc.
And you can spam it pretty well. We saw like 4 projectiles on screen. Oh, FurretTurret falls down a hole. And
Yeah,
JJM has the
4-1.
carrot.
Yeah. That could be quite good for a jump like that.
Oh, doesn't trust this one, and I agree, I think.
Yes.
That's a risky jump to make, and you want to keep the carrot.
ZenicReverie in the boss fight needs this to keep pace
Oh!
with FurretTurret in the top race.
JJM's...
Fell into the abyss on 3-2, and JJM...
The jump got eaten, I think.
Oh.
We saw that happen to Hopscotch before.
That carrot's gone. Gonna have to make do without.
JJM is really good at like using the high jumps at the right time.
Good at a lot of things, really. Is ahead of ZenicReverie and is right behind FurretTurret.
I think ahead. JJM has taken the lead in the race. Like in the race that doesn't matter.
Yes.
It's just to clear it again. We have top and bottom race separate.
Yeah, I keep waiting to see something. No, that's the end of the level.
Oh,
FurretTurret 4-1.
Okay, my mistake then. That part that JJM literally just got through looked exactly like an earlier part. So yeah, Bird is still ahead.
Here's the boss fight from ZenicReverie. Is that entire 4-1 behind in the top race? Yeah, now that this boss is dead. Ah, okay, the arrow blocks make the spikes go back up.
Is that a thing in Super Mario Land 2? I know it from Mario World.
I don't think that's in Super Mario Land 2, but I don't have those stages all memorized. There's the gold block. Whoa, a lot of things swirling around the gold block. Good patience from JJM.
Yeah, you don't want to die right at the end. That's not just the most significant time loss, it's also kind of... it gets into your head.
Yeah, it's the most mentally crushing.
Well, FurretTurret's really good on these jumps here.
ZenicReverie earned an achievement for defeating a bomb with an explosion.
Defeating a bomb with an explosion. Oh my god, Furret. These
the
blocks
block.
on the ceiling, I feel like they're hurting more than they're helping, but yeah, there we go.
It looked like FurretTurret got to kind of stick into the block a little bit
Ooh.
on the upwards part of the jump. Whoa!
It's like getting shot into... Oh, do we have to use the cannon? No.
One jump is okay. But
Oh.
you're right. That was a good thought to have. Birds are going up and down. You want to get them on the low?
Nice.
Yes.
That was well done. And... yeah, this is like extending the lead in the late part of the race. We're on the final world. There's like 2 more levels and the boss. Zenic doesn't have much time to catch up.
Making their way through 4-1. JJM's... oh, nice low bounce there on the bird. Also gonna get through this section. A little bit more to go before the end of the level. Hopscotch on that long auto-scroller in 3-3. Wants the power up. Are they gonna be able to get it? Oh, squished off the left side? Question mark? Yes, okay.
Oh, JJM used the cannon.
FurretTurret, I was thinking about, like, can I jump over this tall wall up here, but gave up on it without trying. Down and around. Has the missile... wait, is the background solid? What did I just see there? Were there 2 missiles on top of each other? Okay. I guess it's gonna fly over the whole level.
Good.
Checkpoint.
It's a Super Mario Land 2 way. There's a thing specifically placed to stop you from flying over the level.
ZenicReverie gets past the crusher on the conveyor belt. Very tricky timing. Oh. It's cannon. Okay, that looks good. Stage clear for ZenicReverie. Still has 4-2. FurretTurret's almost done 4-3.
Furt is not even on the screen.
Here we go.
I mean, I agree. I don't think there's going to be a pit after the goal.
Probably not. God, that would be really funny, though. The only downside is, like, you come down in a really bad spot, and you're like... I don't know, but you just flutter away from it.
That's perfect.
It's so safe.
Yeah, just skipped a huge chunk of the level that we're probably never going to see.
Worst case scenario, there was some tutorial, like an intro to the way these fire blocks work that might have been helpful.
See that? Bird jumped on the side of the fire block and wasn't hurt by the first one, then couldn't replicate it for the second.
I wasn't sure if the flame was just like not active yet. But maybe you can jorf on the fire.
Jorf on the fire. Are we on a global cycle? Looks almost global.
That's a good thing to sort of suss out. It would make things a lot easier if you could count on everything being in the same place coming off the checkpoint. Oh, you can use the hammer to hit these shurikens away, Hopscotch. Making use of that. That's cool. Tricky bounces from ZenicReverie.
Zenic cannot die here. FurretTurret aced this level, and Zenic basically has to hope that the final boss or this final level that Furret is currently on has some kind of difficulty to it.
It does. I mean, just look at it. Nice jump.
Ouch. Zenic jumps too high from the bird.
Oh no, that checkpoint is back here. That's not good.
I don't know, Furret is just moving. He's even picked up a fire. Yeah.
If I remember right, this level gives you each power-up, and you sort of use each one.
It's like the final level in a Mario game.
Yes, it's a lot like that. Yep, now we're on to Carrot.
Oh yeah, and immediately you have to do... Oh! You can just walk on the spikes if you're... Oh, where are we going?
Gotta come down a little bit.
Okay, that's weird, but okay. There's probably like a platform up there. Oh, nice job bouncing high from the enemy.
One more hit on the boss for Hopscotch at the end of 3-4.
Oh,
Still got that big lead. This is bad. Was able to jump out.
Misinterpreted the situation a little bit.
Whoa, ZenicReverie with a really risky jump, but then was unable to handle it afterwards. Okay, with no bunny ears, JJM's doing pretty good on this difficult sequence in 4-3.
That's the end of the level. It's this block from the bottom, it's like... It's just a disguised goal block, that's what FurretTurret is as well.
A lot of trouble on 4-2 here from this checkpoint for ZenicReverie. What? There's the clear. He's like 1.5 levels back, and these are long levels.
Yeah.
Hopscotch was not able to get the clear on the boss last time. Can't get hit again.
Okay, one more probably?
Every time I glance at FurretTurret's screen, they're not on the screen because they're dead.
Yeah, there's this hallway of bullets flying at you, and it's really hard to tell what's coming up because you're in the middle of the screen. See this part.
Oh wow.
And they just rush through, and and then that happened. Oh!
Oh! I guess you gotta commit.
Yeah, but if you commit, you can get shot by the bullets. That's what happened last time.
There is a sliver, I think, where you're okay, but, I mean, hiding in a sliver on a moving conveyor belt. That's tough.
Oh.
This sliver.
Yeah, and it didn't shoot, because it's the Mario thing where cannons are nice and don't shoot. Oh! What?
ZenicReverie is finding secret blocks and doing a big jump onto spikes. It did not work. Uh-oh. Okay. Does the tall jump out?
As long as you get to the checkpoint, you don't. You can't land on the thrum.
Shoot. Hopscotch did beat that boss, by the way. He's in 4-1, but JJM's at the end of World 4, more or less. Really liking the movement from FurretTurret on the conveyor belts. It's really starting to sort of get a handle on how that section is played, but the jump didn't quite look like the highest jump. I know you have to be running, or, you know, moving, as it were, to get the highest jump, so I guess you need to be, like, moving for a little bit, or something?
I think it's Discord baiting us.
Yeah, he is. Sorry about that, everyone.
It's nothing I can do about it.
Do we not have a single other player's
We
audio
could
to listen
check,
to?
but we're almost through. We can make it the final way. Oh, that's a rough jump that Furret is expected to make. Oh, and it's before all the Crusher bullet combinations, like the checkpoint.
Yeah. This is a huge difficulty spike.
You gotta wait on this one a bit, so this one doesn't shoot. Yeah, let's figure that one out. And then this part with the clouds.
Okay, doing the crouch jump to get the height.
That's smart.
over,
That's
but
smart.
then
Should have
I think another
done
one.
yeah, just do another one. It's basically free. Oh, JJM is at the exact same spot.
Yeah, but FurretTurret has so much more experience at this point. But let's see. Let's see what the sight reading capabilities are. Yeah, understandable.
It's over.
That's tough.
Hopscotch has to hope that JJM gets really stuck here.
Okay, there's that second crouch jump.
Oh, Furret, it's almost...
Another?
This is where Furret was before, and has made it this time. That's a checkpoint.
Huge. ZenicReverie on 4-3 has the hammer power up. I don't remember that being on this stage.
Oh, it's a fox girl.
Get him.
Oh, it's actually like a Tanuki or something.
She had some spikes, and FurretTurret didn't even care. Are the spikes not real? I don't get it.
Maybe you have to time it?
I thought I saw FurretTurret collide with them pretty directly, but...
Okay, we're going for Fireball this time. Probably good against the spikes.
Hopscotch with a glitchy looking thing on 4-2 there. Bouncing from an enemy through a broken block. But gets a checkpoint. This was a wall. The end 2 checkpoints of 4-4 was such a wall last race. I don't think either of these races is over. The boss just appears and throws a thing. Like, it's a pretty set pattern, but it's been, FurretTurret just doesn't have a handle on it. Oh, I thought the bunny ears was a strange choice for a boss fight, but look at that.
That's it?
Just hovering above, waiting for the spot to come down and strike.
We're collecting an Xbox now?
Collected an Xbox. Is World 4 the end of the goal? We've been supposing that it is, and I think it is.
Maybe the first thing was a Game Gear. I thought, oh, it probably wasn't because we've only been collecting Nintendo consoles since.
Some story is happening. The goal is to beat the game.
Oh, is there a final boss?
We're literally unclear if the game is beaten yet. I don't remember. I've seen this before and I don't remember.
Oh,
Okay, what is that thing?
It looks like
What
a
are
Game
these
Gear.
things? But they're not all Nintendo consoles, so yeah.
I think it's a Game Gear.
Final.
Oh my god, it's...
It's very Wario.
Who knows?
It's very Wario coded. It's the final boss.
Wow, we got wrecked by this guy.
Smashed. Do you have to fight the first phase again? No.
No, no, that guy dropped like a power-up for you, I think. Like he's your friend now.
Okay. Oh, the backhand. Here's ZenicReverie on the back half of 4-4, using a power-up to just charge through that stuff. Did not go for the crouch jump, doesn't have the height. And now no power-up. Hopscotch on 4-3. But JJM's gonna be on the boss fight now. Going for hammer? Hammer it is.
Hammer? I don't know
Yeah.
about hammer.
Oh, bonk.
Okay,
Yeah,
maybe...
bonk.
Okay. Like if you know you can just jump over the first thing. Oh, there's a
Oh,
second
two
thing.
waves. Surprise. Lost the hammer, needs to jump the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. And that was 2 more hits. I think the boss gets 3 shields for before the final hit.
Yeah.
So we know that wasn't it.
Going with hammer again.
I mean,
This is the way.
it kind of worked.
It's scary to get that close, but not having to do the jump, it's very handy. And the spike ball definitely will get you. It's real.
Oh, duck. Oh, FurretTurret with the reaction.
Yeah,
The
that was
duck
good.
under the fist. Has picked up an apple, which is the equivalent of a mushroom. And a hammer. Hammer the guy. Yeah, hammer him.
Go to work.
Oh, but don't jump into
Oh.
him, apparently.
His eyeballs have sparks. Is that just really unfortunate timing?
I think you're just not allowed to jump into him. Then we gotta wait for another power-up. There it is.
ZenicReverie is killing the thwomps with the burger flicker power.
Oh, what?
And the bullets.
What?
He's safe. You come down here. I'm fine.
But the power of minimum wage. Okay.
Now that we understand this thing's power, maybe we can get a quick boss fight. That's the checkpoint. That's huge. Onto the boss. Is it too late? FurretTurret hammering the nose, bashing it to pieces.
Bird's boss is exploding. That's not done.
46-37. We've recolored the world. The colorless curse is broken.
Color, Game Boy Color now. Except for Vampire Girl.
Yeah, she was like, oh. I
She's
guess
like looking around.
I was white all along. Okay. Let's get a burger. Well, congrats to FurretTurret.
Yeah. JJM also beats the Kitsune, or
And then
Tanuki.
Duns, and then realizes it's not over and unduns.
Alright, chat, what's that console? The fourth one. We got GameCube, Xbox, Virtual Boy, and... I think it's a Game Gear.
I gotta look at a Game Gear.
Me too. Yeah, I think it's a Game Gear. Got that V-shape cutout.
Yes. That's the Game Gear. FurretTurret wins!
Pokemon time.
Victory! The bottom race not decided, but it's gonna be so hard.
Yeah.
JJM's gonna need to be stuck on this boss for so long.
And this boss is a checkpoint too. You don't have to refight the Tanuki/Kitsune.
ZenicReverie getting psyched out with the dot done. We're gonna see the dot undone pretty soon. JJM is wondering, okay, what do I do? I'll dodge this stuff, because of course I will, but what do I do? Gets got by the punch.
The audio is really... I think I remember this from the last race. JJM was bad, the audio was really bad there too. Something's wrong with the encoder.
Is this the first time we're actually hearing the final boss theme?
Mm.
Did we have FurretTurret's audio?
Oh no, we were on Zenic, you're right.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
We can listen to the actual music.
ZenicReverie has undone from the race. Here we go. So Zenic is not actually racing against JJM, but it can be fun to watch and compare. So.
Yeah. Right now it looks like JJM will probably take this boss before Hopscotch, but I mean, who knows? Maybe this boss is such a wall.
There's only like 3 attacks, I think, and so if you can learn those 3 attacks, that's all you'll ever see.
And honestly, none of them are bad. This guy swipes high, he swipes low. Oh, he punches, okay.
Comes from above.
And then he drops the bombs. That's all he does.
Oh, you're right. 4 attack. Hopscotch on 4-4. Running away from a bomb had no power-ups. There was nothing to be done there. See, ZenicReverie died and fell right through the apple. You should be able to pick that up and come back to life. The eye lasers almost seemed like a reaction.
Yeah, like it's supposed... What? Oh,
Oh, nope. He just does that sometimes.
I thought JJM jumped off the right side of the stage, but it was the person who brought us the power up. I was like, what? That was crazy.
Why?
What a strat!
The eye lasers are fast. They're very fast.
Yeah.
It seems like you kind of just get hit by it if the boss decides to do that.
But it seems like he only does it when you're at full power. Wait, he's in rage mode. I think he's close to dying. Yeah, look at this guy. He's now
double slam.
Attacking.
Like, wait a minute, I got 2 of these.
It's not really much more threatening or anything.
Not much more. He is just overall faster.
Oh, and that's it.
That's it. That's gonna decide our bottom race. JJM with a 50:53 official time. Just some platforming stuff, but it's mostly those dang birds with the bunny ears. Just got Hopscotch real bad. The platforming
very early on.
It was pretty good. We're joined by FurretTurret. Hello. Tense race at the end?
Yeah. Yes.
We had a warning from Internet Dirigible that the game got really difficult in the final world, and it sort of triggered memories of the last time I saw this. And I was like, oh, right, the conveyor belts and the this and the that.
It was fun. I'm glad I got hard because I was certain I had doomed myself on 2-2 or whatever when I died at the very end. But yeah, those are some tight timings at the end. I like all the sequences where it's just like, if you stop moving at all, a cloud goes away, or a flame gets you, or a ninja star is in your shoes, or whatever.
It never let up. We're joined by JJM, the winner in the bottom race. Hello.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
FurretTurret came in here in a sound of like the verbalization of stress escaping out of its body emerged. Are you feeling as wound up as that right now?
Yeah, a bit.
It was hard.
It was something. Like, I will say I need to learn to turn my Steam notifications off.
Oh yeah, was that bothering you?
I died in level 1 or 2 because my Steam notification turned on and I couldn't see a pit.
Oh no.
Dang.
Like, I literally just ran off the edge. It was great. So, lesson learned, turn off all Steam notifications.
Oh,
Like
sorry, I missed
Island.
that one. We got the finish from ZenicReverie as well. Players asking maybe next time let's done at the credits so that it's a lot more clear. Basically, everyone assumed that they were done, and like, yeah, it really looked like you were.
Yeah. Read the paste bin.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
In my head, I remembered seeing 4-4, and I was like, oh, I beat a boss in 4-4. I must be done. And then I double checked. I was like, oh, right, Andros Wario or something.
Yup. Yeah, when I was reminded, oh, hey, there's more, it's like, oh, right, yup, I did not see an Andros Wario at all yet.
Was there any part of you that was like maybe wondering at any point, like, what the heck does that mean?
The entire time.
I forgot. I think in my mind, I just like, it was so distant from everything else in the game. I was like, that can't be related. I'm just gonna delete that from my mind. We're just in a fun like desert level or whatever.
The desert level was maybe the very first difficult level where it started. You have the birds you need to press jump with good timing, I assume, to bounce on, but also you're flapping your bunny ears, and sometimes they compete for that button press.
Yeah, that was a hassle. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was like the normal Mario style, just like hold jump while landing to bounce, but then also mashing jump to flutter was a challenge. At least mercifully, it didn't require you to hold run while fluttering. It's like, if you're running speed when you take off, the flutter stays at running speed, so that was at least helpful.
Oh, I just had my thumb glued to the square button the entire time.
I tried for a while, and eventually just like, this is gonna hurt. I'm gonna see if I can not do this, and then it worked out, so.
I didn't even realize there was a run button, because I don't think anyone was ever not running.
Yeah.
Gotta go fast, right?
It's not a very fast run, and then later on levels like kind of demand that you are always running anyway.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate that it wasn't like a hold to walk or something instead, because, you know, it's always a thing.
So I think I only saw ZenicReverie do this. Did either of you ever realize the I called it the burger flipper power, but like a lot more than burgers comes out of the pan when you flip it. But it's the power up in World 4. It will kill the thwomps and like bullets and stuff.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
I got that power before the boss of 4-4. I'm like, is this a gun? I didn't see this. Whatever, bunny ears.
You missed it entirely, yeah.
Yeah.
It shows up in 4-3 and 4-4.
Huh.
How
I
fun.
think that must have been the one that I was skipping the entire time before the 4-4 boss, because I'm like, I have a hammer. This seems good.
Yeah, the hammer worked out for you. We weren't sure about the hammer because it's quite short range, but you put it to good use.
I think I stopped even using it by the end, and I was just jumping on him anyways.
So we got Hopscotch still in the end of 4-4. She had the most trouble with
this hallway
birds.
is terrible.
Yeah, did you find you were just like memorizing, like I hesitate for this long and then go? Like, was that your approach by the end?
Yeah, but the key was that the bullets trigger after a certain amount of time on screen. Or it seems like it is.
Sorry, it seemed like it was some sort of, not global cycle, but like, because I was definitely waiting for like the first batch of bullets to fire again, so that the next ones that were way off screen would be on the right cycle.
Maybe. I just know that I've screwed up like what the cycle that Hopscotch just went through, that before you get to the conveyor belt. I know I got there like faster than I wanted to, and the bullets didn't sequence the same way. Which is why I was thinking it was something related to like when it comes on screen.
It does seem to be that, because sometimes they're quite desynced from each other, even though they're right next to each other, and I think it's because like a pause in movement happened after the first one was activated. Regardless, it seems like being consistent in your movements results in them being consistent, which is very valuable.
Yes. Bang.
Yeah, that's mean. There is that tiny gap you can hide, but I don't think anyone got through that first try.
I learned to slow down.
Yeah, around like what level would you say?
Oh, this is the only level where I learned to actually take it slow.
Got it. Oh, nice there from Hopscotch. That checkpoint's close. Oh, right, but the height on that, everyone hit that too.
Oh yeah, there was one note in the pace bin with like the holding duck to jump higher that just said like you'll need this at some point, and then I hit that and died. And it's like, oh, this is the point they mentioned.
Yeah, it's I can't tell like your running jump it goes higher than like a standing jump, but I guess even the running jump isn't high enough.
Did it? I guess I never even really noticed if the running jump was high. I mean, I would assume so because Mario, but I guess I never thought about it.
I guess worth asking, have either of you played Super Mario Land or Super Mario Land 2?
I played Land 2. There's the 3DS port of it.
There's a 3DS port of Super Mario Land 2?
Yeah, I think I got it. I think it was like one of the last, like when Nintendo Power was still giving out like actual rewards. I think I got it from that or something.
Whoa. Yeah, Super Mario Land's the Game Boy games.
Yeah, I don't think I ever played them.
Well, you sort of just did. This game takes a lot from those two.
I think that do they also have the weird, like, the moment you depress jump, you, like, get a flat end of your jump? Because that was sort of fun to play around with.
Not the first one.
I think that was sort of the cool thing, like, where we had to bounce off the birds. I think if we knew how to run this, you'd actually, like, purposely not go too high on the bounce off, so you wouldn't have to wait for the bird pops in the desert levels.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I thought it was because someone made a jump, and it was the level with the ceiling coming down. There was a jump up into the blocks, and it seemed like they kind of got to stick to the top, or stick to the underside of the block for a little bit, and then start falling down, which helped clear a jump. But it might have just been that peak of jump pause you're talking about.
There's one thing. This was a very responsive game, it felt like.
Yeah, it was definitely edge triggers all the way. No level triggers in this one.
Well, we had a forfeit from Hopscotch. I'm not even sure how to interpret the comment. Only in this era of Mystery Tournament. I guess that'll be up to our imagination. But that's gonna settle this race. Do I want to try to find you guys in the bracket? See who you might be playing next. The FurretTurret, the winner of Nighty versus Shoehorse. You might end up fighting Nighty. That's a pretty strong opponent. Been to top 8 a couple times.
I'm just getting strong opponents this time. It's just gonna be a tough one, I guess.
Yeah. And JJM. Well, first of all, how do you want to be addressed on stream? You've got a couple different names.
Yeah, so JJM is fine. When I've been doing stuff with Celeste community, they usually just say Bullet, but that's because no one wants to say Bullet Dancer too many times in a row. JJM is fine.
Okay. Then JJM, you're fighting Adam Played next.
Yep.
You already looked ahead. One of those players.
I have the bracket up as a tab, and I just went over to it.
Got it. You beat me to it. Well, you've got some matches down there in the Lizards bracket. We wish you the best of luck with those. Thank you again so much for coming out and racing and coming to chat with us.
Yeah, thanks for hosting.
Yeah, thanks for hosting the event.